Hello, and welcome to this demo of Krayden Managed Inventory as powered by Storeroom Logix. For today's demonstration, we'll be going over the software as it pertains to several key parts of the vendor managed inventory cycle, namely receiving stock, tracking stock consumption, portions of the order fulfillment and replenishment stages, and the reporting involved. Do note that this software is incredibly configurable and customizable for each customer. And as a result, this demo will focus on some of the more common manual platforms to showcase the features of the software. The typical way to use KMI with Storeroom Logix is via labels. Each product receives a label, which is human readable, as well as tied to the software via QR code and contains important information about the product, including the customer part number, the vendor part number, description, location, and unit of measure. The minimum and maximum are also included, and this is typically applied at the location the product is stored in the facility and allows for a user with a mobile device or other type of scanner to quickly and easily check out or identify material that is part of the KMI program. For products that also utilize shelf life and track a shelf life or expiration, an additional label is issued per each unit, which again contains a unique serial number, the lot, the date of shipment, date of expiration, and the date of manufacture. This allows for a person checking out material to quickly identify what the oldest stock available is and allows the app to confirm and validate the particular stock as it is being checked out so that they do first in, first out methodology correctly. Tracking shelf life does require an additional step during the checkout phase. Moving on, we'll be moving to the mobile app. The mobile app allows you to select your facility, and in this case, we're going to talk about putting away or receiving product. This has a very simple method. You're able to use the put away application here. It'll show all pending orders of products that need to be delivered to the facility, including the quantity, pending, and the information related. You're able to further search for these particular products, either by typing information to filter the list, or you can use the camera and the barcode to use the previously established labels to search for the appropriate product. Once you've located the product, you can actually validate the location to ensure that it's being put away in the same spot, again, using the bin label. This is optional. You can also track serial numbers and allows you to track multiple serial numbers quickly and effectively. It will warn you in the case of material that has already expired that you cannot check it in, and it will be shown the particular error message you're seeing on the screen here. This error will prevent you from accidentally receiving expired material and will also be available when checking out material if material has expired on the shelf. This helps prevent additional issues for required material. As you can see, we've actually added and assigned 3 serial numbers as part of this receiving portion for this product number that includes shelf life and lot management. You can also search by the lot or serial number to identify serial numbers. In this case, we only have 3 serial numbers we'll be checking in. We've added 3 serial numbers and we will now put away those products. This moves them from being in a state of delivery to being available on the shelf floor. Similarly, we can also very quickly check in products that do not require serial numbers by clicking and batch submitting them all. This process can also be automated based on a time delay from the shipment at Krayden. This product and mobile app allows for a fairly simple and thorough method of tracking product as it arrives in the warehouse and verifying everything is as required on the order. Once product is on the shelf, it is then important to be able to track the consumption of that product as the Krayden Managed Inventory program is inventory trigger based. So as stock is depleted, the order process will be automated based on that. In order for that to be successful, stock being removed from inventory must be tracked carefully and accurately. A separate mobile app is available, the SRX Checkout app, which is used for point of consumption checkout. This allows you to check out material as it is being removed from the shelf by the person removing it from the facility stocking location. It has the ability to operate offline. It can also operate in a mobile browser or a desktop browser, as well as other mobile devices such as tablets and barcode scanners. Similarly, we now have the ability to look through the available products for this customer location and check out a number of products. In addition to being able to scan through, we have the same capability of being able to search by barcode and identify the product that way. It's then a simple matter of indicating how many of the product have been removed from the shelf and adding them to the cart. The cart then shows a pending quantity. Similarly, if we go back and add some of our product with shelf life, in this case, it will actually indicate which numbers have the oldest available shelf life and recommend that those be scanned first. So in the event that there's multiple lots with multiple expirations, it will prompt you to use the most recent one possible. Scanning the serial number indicates the amount of days left towards expiration. Again, if a product with a shelf life that is longer is available first, it will prompt you to add a serial number from the shorter available shelf life. Similarly, if you try to scan a product that has already expired, it will indicate that the serial number is expired and not allow you to check out the appropriate product. This helps prevent expired shelf life from making it into the production floor. In this case, let's add another couple of serial numbers. After adding serial numbers, you're able to validate which serial numbers have been selected and add those to the cart. Once you've identified all of the product being removed from the shelf, you can go to the cart and review the contents and verify everything is correct, including serial numbers. It is also possible to optionally add tracking here to allow for assignment of allocation codes or other custom methods of tracking spending or project assignment. In this case, we'll check these out. And after confirmation, these are removed from the on-hand inventory and logged in the system. This method is ideal for checking out products as they are utilized at the point of consumption. However, it is also important to be able to check products on a routine basis and identify any issues with product that is missing or otherwise has not been checked out appropriately. As such, in our other application, we have the ability to do a cycle count. The cycle count allows you to go through and very quickly identify the number of items on hand and make any adjustments necessary. In this case, perhaps after a count, we have only 9,000 of this particular product. We now save and update that on-hand inventory. Similarly, perhaps we also have several fewer of the PX821280. Making those changes again reduces the on-hand inventory. Once that on-hand inventory is reduced through the use of cycle count and checkout tracking methods below the minimum threshold, an order will be automatically placed with Krayden to replenish the product and bring it back up to the specified maximum. Tracking these orders is best done on the desktop portal for the customer. All of the actions taken here in the customer portal on the mobile app or otherwise are tracked both by the user that has performed the action as well as details of updating them. So you can see here where the cart was updated and checked out and the quantity changed. as well as the on-hand inventory from the cycle count performed. This allows for detailed logging and notifications of the entire system. Once a order has reached a certain threshold and fallen below that minimum, it will create a pending reorder list. This reorder can happen immediately for critical products, or they can all be rolled together on a scheduled basis, at which point they will be placed together based on that schedule. In this case, we are looking to add 1,589 to bring back up the quantity of Arathane 5750 to the minimum quantity. Most often, we elect to do this automatically, and these will process and be submitted to Krayden without any additional intervention or necessity from the customer. However, for the purposes of this demonstration, we're showing this to indicate that there is the ability to view and see the status of any pending reorders. Once that order is placed, allowing for the addition of a PO number or using a default PO number as it already exists in the system. All pending orders with Krayden will be available and viewable in the orders and quotes section. These orders will indicate each product by line item and tie them to the product number and the Krayden order number, quantity, and the status. The status will go through the ordered, shipped, and delivered phases, with the ordered and shipped being the responsibility of Krayden, and delivered being the check-in process that was first demonstrated as part of this recording. This completes the overall replenishment cycle. However, in addition to being a portion of the indications here, there are several useful tools for visibility available within the customer portal. First of all, the VMI list, allowing for the detailed viewing of what material, including distributor, manufacturer, and customer SKUs, how quickly it's moving, whether or not its life cycle is being done, tracking whether or not the lot is there, the location in the facility, the limits, including minimum and maximum, and in the case of a production system after several weeks, the ability to track the actual suggested minimum and maximum based on machine learning of the consumption of the product over that time. We also have the ability to view the current on-hand inventory as well as the recent dates. For facilities or companies with multiple facilities, you can track additional sites, subsites, and ship-tos to better filter or aggregate this information. As briefly discussed, you can add a allocation code, which is optional or required depending on your selection. This allows you to indicate a particular project as well as the associated values and spend with that project, and allows for the end user checking out the material in the facility to indicate that, to allow for additional details in reporting and integration further up. Speaking of reporting, there are two key reports. There's the full transaction report, which shows the change in product over time, including a summary of all of the transactions that have happened and occurred that reflect that change in product, and the valuation of that cycle count. This is useful for tracking consumption as well as reporting for financial and other forecasting reasons. The other report is a more detailed report, which shows a summary, typically scheduled or run monthly, showing just how much material has been done and consumed and changed over that time period, as well as the updated recommended minimums and maximums and valuation of that material where possible. Both reports can be customized and scheduled for the end user. Once they have done so, you're able to receive a email notification. In particular, you'll receive something similar to this at the time that the report is available. This also includes a Excel digestible version for intake or access by analysts within the company. The replenishment cycle also includes notification. So each time an order is placed with Krayden, both Krayden, the sales rep, and the customer service team, as well as the customer's appropriate purchaser, are notified of the order placed, including the quantity and the SKU available. The software is highly configurable, and while we've gone over a lot of the available options and configuration today, keep in mind that we are able to support much more detailed and complex workflows and configure certain options to be either manual or automated based on different criteria, and support other methods such as RFID shelves, vending machines, and other types of hardware. For any further questions, please work with your Krayden sales representative, and we look forward to working with you in the future.